What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So when I live stream on Saturdays, we do this thing called a Giga-Loot, which pretty much means that I invite everyone. Doesn't matter if they play Horde, Alliance, EU, NA, everyone joins in on this Loot Appraiser challenge competition, and everyone is forced to do the same dungeon. The reason why we do this is because we typically choose dungeons that has a chance of dropping some of the rarest items in the game, and by inviting a bunch of people running the same dungeon, well, you have a way higher chance of seeing the items. And I've done quite a few of these videos, but I haven't made a video on it in a while, and then I was reminded by a couple of viewers of mine that how come you're still doing them on stream but not uploading video to YouTube. So here I am. And in today's video, we've of course done Uldaman, which is like the holy grail of super items. And I always tell people, do not farm Uldaman. It's not a good farm to do for people when they're getting into gold farming. The only reason why it's super hyped is because of the super items, the thrill of the hunt. But it's a horrible dungeon on average to run for transmog farming. And the items that we are talking about, if we open up this infographic and we go over to Uldaman items, you'll see you have some weapons such as the Stonebolt Bonebreaker, Jinsu is a good one, Monolithic Bow, Obsidian Cleaver, but the super items are the Jackhammer, the Digmaster, Spowlers of Lost Age, Pendulum of Doom, Miner's Hat, Shadowforge Bushmaster, and also the Papal Fess. Now, the farm Uldaman for the super items have gotten even worse because of like cross-realm trading being a thing, so people can buy the cheap super items and move them over to whatever realm they want to move them to sell them for a higher price. And also, you have a thing with the Nax Ramas. Like, if you buy the items to try and get the Lamented items to craft tier 3, they can actually, instead of rolling the Lamented item for tier 3, they can roll Papal Fess, Miner's Hat, Spowlers of Lost Age. Like, you get the idea. All of those armor pieces can actually be rolled with the Lamented items from Nax. So that's kind of a bummer, but they're still really valuable. Like, some of these items are worth literally millions, and they're super hard to get. So I invited all my viewers, which this time around we got right above 30 people, I believe, to run Uldaman. And you can see on the list on the right side, you can only see the 14 people, the top 14, but there is like 31 or 32 people. So I always love to do these challenges because that pretty much means if you have, let's say you have 50 people joining in, everyone is doing 10 runs each in an hour. That's the same as if you were to farm Uldaman yourself 500 times, and you would like roughly get what we are getting in 1 hour. So you can see already now, one run in, someone was lucky enough to get the Stonebolt Bonebreaker. Also the pattern for the Star Belt, which is there's a bunch of like Star Belt, Rich Purple, Lesser Parry, Searing Golden Blade as well is another item of interest. That's like a world drop recipe or pattern from Uldaman. Obsidian Cleaver drop right here. Nothing good. Then Neil gets the first decent item, which is pattern for the comfortable leather hat. And this item right here used to have a market value of like 30,000-40,000 gold, but all of a sudden it just spiked drastically in market value, so it's now really, really expensive. But so far, no super items, no Jinsu, and an item that I would definitely go for. Like, I would much rather get the pattern for the rich purple silk shirt than a super item. Most super items, at least, because super items are really hard to sell. Rich purple, because of the profession achievements in patch 10.17, they have drastically gone up in value and also sell rate. So they're just selling way faster for a lot of gold. They sell way more gold than a Jinsu. And on some realms, they sell more than like a super item such as Papal Fess as well. So great item can drop from Uldaman. But 43 minutes in, and there's really nothing cool at all on this one. So if we fast forward a little bit and we go over to when we're halfway through, you can see that there's 2 people getting the Jinsu. So that's not bad. Jinsu, the reason why it has a different value is because one of them was dropped on NA realms, while the other one dropped on EU realms. And if we then go like towards the end of the competition, you can see there's only 2 minutes left, and there's really nothing of interest. There's another star belt pattern, which again, different region, that's why it has a way higher value. But no super items, no rich purple. The best item being the Jinsus and also the star belt, and that just proves my point again. Like if I did this, that would be like 320 run of Uldaman if I were to do all of these runs myself. I would not be pleased with the loot that we got, because the gold per hour wouldn't be good. But that's the thing with Uldaman and most dungeon farms in general. You never know. You could have had a couple of super items and a rich purple, and you know, these items that really make or break your run. But the reason why Uldaman is so bad is because it doesn't have a loot table of good green mogs. It's just bad. The recipes and the patterns are good from Uldaman. But the blue items that isn't considered super items, there's a bunch of them, of these blue items that's still not a super item. Like you have Legards of the Vault, Unearthed Bands, you have the Spire Wind Feather, like Monolithic Bow, Skullplate Bracers, like all of these are really bad. Like they don't really hold any value whatsoever. There's a bunch of them in the auction house because everyone is hunting super items. And it just doesn't make a lot of sense to farm Uldaman if you're starting out your gold making journey. There's almost every dungeon besides Uldaman is better, because at least the green items are going to be decent. The blue items that's specific to the dungeon is going to be decent, which is not the case with Uldaman. But we're going to do it again this Saturday, so if you want to join in, just make sure to check out my Twitch stream down below in the description. Talking about the description, also, if you don't have the 0 to 10 million gold guide yet, make sure to use the discount code DRAGONFLIGHT, and you'll get it for 50% off clicking the link in the description. And feel free to leave any suggestions on what we should do. We've already done like pretty much every single dungeon that you can get like these really rare super items in. But we can do them again. We can test out something new that has like a semi super item, something worth, if not millions, a couple 100,000 gold to see how many of them we can get. We can also do an open world farm. We've done that in the past where we had like, I think we had 60 or 70 people farming Celitus to see how many Blade of Hannah, Blazing T-Boos, Skullflame Shields, etc. that we could pick up in an hour. But any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below in the description. And that's pretty much it for today's video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all back in at tomorrow's video. But until then, bye-bye.